Nick, I almost fucking died.
I heard.
I almost fucking died.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard you had an incident on the highway.
The ops almost got me, as they say. If if you have listened to anything we've talked about, you know that we have a distaste for swimmers, as we've documented. Um, Never thought that I'd be damn near taken out by one. Not only that, uh, witness his timely demise. He's not dead, but he sure did right off that car. Let me tell you about it. Because I did message Nick and the boys, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe what the fuck just happened to me."
Yeah.
But let me regale you. So I'm driving down the highway as you do. It's late at night. No, actually it's not that late. What am I talking about? It's like 7:30, 8 p.m., something like that. And I'm on the QEW, and I see behind. I'm in the left lane, and traffic. There's traffic, but we're moving at 100. It's normal. Out of nowhere, I catch from behind me a guy cutting in from the center lane to the left lane behind me. And he's coming up real fucking fast, like 150, 160 easy. And I immediately see and hear BMW headlights. I don't hear the headlights. I hear the BMW.
I hear them often as well.
I hear them often. But I'm like, in that moment, he was going so fast. I was like, oh, I literally grabbed this moment. He's going to hit me. Right? Like one of those where it's like, oh, it's happening. Right? Better brace.
Yeah.
He immediately, obviously very skillfully, and this is not facetious, cuts back into the center to go around me. And I see a blue car, a blue coupe, looked like 4 Series, 8 Series, M4, M8, not sure which. And
Blue
then
BMW coupe.
Yes, a blue BMW coupe with aggressive movements. He cuts back in to the left to get in front of me. Now, Nick, it's wet outside. It's quite wet outside.
It has been quite wet outside.
Yeah.
Lately.
So being in the left, cutting to the right, and coming back in at 160, that's a pretty aggressive move. That's damn near impossible. And it was, because as he cuts in, I can see it happening, because so it goes from the left lane to the center, and then he cuts back into the right. And I don't know if he overcorrects, so like if the rear goes too far to the left, or if he went too far to the right when he tried to overcorrect. He starts skidding. Now he's diagonal with the lane, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like literally my thought was, oh fuck. And at that point the car fully rotates. Now he's perpendicular to me, and he smashes head first, 120 plus, into the fucking median. I am so close to him, I see him panicking. That's how close. My car, I see him panicking. I see the airbags deploy. Like that's how close we're talking, right?
Yeah.
My car is showered with debris. There was one point I couldn't see anything. I'm slamming on my brakes. I'm screaming. I'm holding on for dear life, right? Thinking, I was so close to him, I was certain that my front bumper was gone. That's how close to the accident I was. Like, and at that point, once I come to it, he's like, because he hit the middle, he then flies off to the right side and smashes the back of the vehicle against the right wall of the highway. I'm now at a full stop in the left lane, as is the person behind me, and the person, like, we've shut down the highway for that moment.
Yeah.
I'm so convinced that I'm missing my bumper at this second. I'm like, I'm so mad. I can't stop, like, just being like, motherfucker. Because it's like, what are you doing? And I'm grabbing my phone to call 911, because in my head, I'm like, you better be dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you piece of shit. Like, and you piece of shit. So I call 911. I pulled to the right. Yeah, I was about to. I was way too kind. I pulled to the right, and I'm on the phone with 911, and I'm like, hey, this guy, I'm like, there's been an accident. He's definitely going to need an ambulance at this location on the QEW. can you send someone? And she's like, can you see him? I'm like, okay. So I get out of my car. I'm running down the side of the highway. Really fun time, middle of the night. And I can see this car that's come to rest, like almost just like it's barely in the first lane. It's like fully on the side of the highway, which is like great. And I'm like, I'm running over there. Oh, sorry. Firstly, I checked the front of my car. Amazingly, just dirty. I have not missing a bumper. I was shocked. Right? I really genuinely thought the bumper was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So or at the minimum crunched in or something. So I'm like, okay, that's wild. So I run over to this guy. This is probably like, 200 feet, maybe 150 feet away. And I'm just jogging over, and the lady's like, is he out of the car? How many people are in the car? Standard 911 questions. I get over to him. I'm like, it's a gentleman, and he's wearing like a pink suit. He looks like an Arab guy, because of course he is driving the BMW, wearing a pink suit. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm on the phone with 911. You okay? Do you need an ambulance? Because it looks like you do. And he's like, no, bro, don't need ambulance, bro. I'm fine, bro. Thank you, bro. And I'm like, okay. I have many preconceived notions. Yeah, so I'm like, that seems like bullshit. But I tell him, like, listen, you heard him. He doesn't want an ambulance. She's like, can you see? Like, is he standing? Is he whatever? And I'm like, he is standing. And she's like, does he have any cuts? Is he bleeding? I'm like, frankly, he's wearing a reddish pink suit. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? That could be blood. He was wearing a white suit and now it's red. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, I don't know. So I'm like, well, and she's like, well, we're going to send obviously a fire. She's like, is there anything leaking out of the car? I'm like, oh, there's oil everywhere. Like, dead. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's all over the place. She's like, okay, we're going to send a fire truck. And, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, all right. But I'm just going to sit on the side of the highway because I'm convinced underneath, my car is covered in debris. I'm convinced underneath there must be some damage. And if the bumper's punctured, if the oil pan, which is like plastic, has a puncture or whatever, like I need to get this information now and be there to be like, hey, So I wait in the car for a while. And I'm like, man, they sure are taking their sweets. I mean, the fire trucks come, but there's no cops. I'm like, man, I'm here for such a long time. Where the fuck are the cops at? Right?
Yeah.
So finally, I'm like getting tired of fucking waiting. And a guy pulls up. The tow truck drivers are like vultures. And they're like, hey, bro, you involved? You need a tow? And I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Like, I'm just waiting. Right? That guy leaves. Another guy comes. He goes, hey, bro, are you involved? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a witness. Right? I'm like, my car's fine. But I'm like, just in case there's damage under here, this guy sprayed me with debris. Like, I need to make sure, that I get all the information and talk to the cops. And he's like, oh, what happened? And I'm like, I just laughed. I'm like, you want to know what happened? Because he says that somebody hit him and then he went into, he crashed into the median. And I just start laughing. I go, no. I'm like, no, man. That guy was driving like a fucking crazy person. He was cutting through traffic. He was cutting up traffic. That's it. And he fucked up. And the tow truck driver's like, oh. And then he like backs up his truck. 20 minutes later, he comes walking up to my car again. Same tow truck driver. Same one. And he's like, hey, man, he's like, hey, he says, he doesn't actually remember anything. And I'm like, really? Is that right? Okay. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to stick around. He's like, you don't have to. He's like encouraging me to leave and not make a statement. And I'm like,
definitely one of those like sketchy tow truck drivers that waits for the calls to go out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to stick here because frankly, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, he's like, okay. He's like, it's really not safe for you to be pulled over here. And I was like, on the side of the road with like traffic blocked off behind me so they can only go in the left lane. I think I'm fine.
Yeah. Like I'm assuming the fire truck was like, they were still there at this point.
Oh yeah.
Because they handle like the cleanup and stuff as well.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, no, that's no way. So I'm sitting there. In this time, I've noticed a couple of things. The same BMWs that I think he was driving with are passing repeatedly, like checking on their boy. I'm assuming they were driving together.
Yeah.
An M340i, a gray one, pulls up in front of me. The guy gets out of the car and opens the trunk, and I'm like, okay, this is where I get shot in the head or something, right? Like this is where I die. And he was like, he like does some like he's like just far enough away where I can't really tell what he's fucking doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I've seen him pass a couple times now, right? And then he does some weird shit and then gets back in the car in the back seat. So like there's multiple people in that car. And I'm like, okay, weird. Eventually I'm like, I don't feel safe staying here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call the OPP and I'm going to tell them I'm going to be like, hey, I'm on the scene of this accident. I'm a witness, right? This is what happened. Don't listen to this bastard. He's lying, right? Because I had a front row seat to this whole fucking shit. Like, there's no somebody tap you. You think if somebody tapped you, they would just leave? Like, I'm sorry, that's not how that went down. You went crazy. So, I called them. I'm like, this is what happened. Feel free to call me. This is my name. Here's all my information. Please call me, right? Because I want to know when I clean this car up, if there's damage, he's fucking paying for it. Like, absolutely not. So I leave, and an hour later, I get a call. And it's like, hello, this is officer who, is a lady. And she's like, I got your information from dispatch, right? And they said that you witnessed the accident. Can you just tell me a little about it? So I go through the whole thing, right? Okay. And I explain what I explained to you. And I'm like, yeah, this is like this. I was like, I had a front row seat to the whole thing. Like that dude was like swimming through traffic, if you're familiar with that term. And that's, he kind of fucked himself over. And she's like, we had a feeling because he said like he doesn't remember, somebody tapped his bumper. That's why he crashed. And she's like, was he the only one in the car? And like all these questions. And I'm like, yeah, man, like that's what it is. She's like, I'm going to send you an email. Do me a favor, write up all that stuff that you just told me in that email. I'm like, I'm happy to. I'm going to make sure I do. Like, I'm like, I'll be front row.
Only you had your dash cam plugged in.
I am so angry at myself because I had it. It's in my trunk, and I've been lazy for like a year and a half to install it on my car. I'm so fucking mad.
Primo Instagram footage.
That would have been the best Instagram footage
for the Curbrash channel.
Yeah,
Instagram page.
You would be able to see the whites of this guy's eyes. I swear to God, that's how close the car. I was so convinced that I was like a part of this accident. And I want to say this because I've thought about this for a while now. If I had been driving anything but my car with better than average brakes, I would have been involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason to drive performance cars. Yeah. But
if I was driving the Vibe, I just would have driven into him. Just because.
Yeah. You would have got a payout. In retrospect, I'm like, man, I just take my car out already. You know what I mean? It's fine. I'm not that emotional. Like, I like my car, but I'm not. I can get another one. Like, it's fine.
They have made their fair share of Golf R Mark 7s.
They have. So that was, and then see, this is the thing. I thought the story was over. So I'm writing up my little thing. I'm typing it out on my phone. What did you see? When whatever. And I got another call from another block number. And I was like, that's weird because cops call you from block numbers, apparently. I didn't know that. So yeah, they don't want you to call them.
I feel like that's kind of sus because I don't know about you, but generally if I get a phone call from a block number, I don't answer it.
Yeah, the lady on the phone, see, this is the thing. The lady on the phone with dispatch told me they will call you from a block number. Make sure you pick up.
Oh, okay.
So that helped.
That helps then.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. I'm writing out my little thing. I got this call, and I pick up the call, and it's a different cop. It's a gentleman cop, and he's like, "Hey, is this? Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. What's up?" And he's like, "I heard that you were witness to an accident today or tonight. Could you tell me about that?" So I tell him everything I just told you again, and he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Just curious. Were there any other vehicles with that car?" And I said, "It's funny you mentioned that." Because there was a lime green BMW M4 convertible, because only, of course, they had the car like not as autistic as you by any means, but they had one of the car autists on the scene, profiling. And I'm like, yeah, BMW M4 lime green, gray top, you know what I mean? Like BMW M340i, gray with the rain light, the additional, accessory, whatever you call it, arrow. So I'm like, yeah, all that stuff. And then he's like, any Mercedes? And I said, now that you mention it, yeah, there was like a 2014 spec Mercedes, a gray one. And he's like, okay. And he's like, he's like, anything else? And I'm like, no. And I was like, actually, now that you mention it, there was a black Mercedes. I believe it was like a C43 coupe, whatever. And he's like, he's like, a black Mercedes, like a car or an SUV? And I'm like, no, a car. And he's like, oh shit. And he's like, I'm at the state of a different thing, and this might be involved. I really appreciate it. Make sure you write that down in your thing. And I'm like, sweet. My wet dream, Nick, is that more than one of these people crashed in one night. And if you were the one who crashed your Mercedes or your BMW, contact us at Curbrash YT. I will be appearing.
Let us know so we can laugh at you.
Yeah, I will be appearing at your court date. I will be going that one right there, officer, or your honor. I'm happy to do it.
Anthony will show up with bells on.
Dude, absolutely. You know, it could snow in
day
July.
Off work unpaid.
To
show up to that.
Unpaid. I will sacrifice multiple days off to make sure I'm there in my suit to show up and make sure you get convicted. Reckless driving, lose your license forever, get killed. They put the death sentence optimally. In my wildest straight to jail. Like, what a piece of shit. And anyway, sorry, to round off the story, the next day I wash off my car because I'm not doing it that night. And yeah, there's damage. Yeah. There's damage on the bumper. There's paint transfer on the bumper. Like, most of it can be buffed out. But this is the problem that I'm with now is like $4,000 probably. If I do a hit on the front bumper, even if it's like $2,000 and then the wheels, I think some of those bends might be from running over debris. But if I do that, I feel like I'm going to lose $4,000 on my valuation of the car. And I think I could fix most things for like $2,000-ish or $2,500.
Is it like paint transfer, like his parts fell off and hit you and there's some of his paint color on your...
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's... yeah.
Because if so, like, yeah, we could probably buff most of that out. And like, I forget, do you have PPF on the front of your car or no?
He punctured that.
Oh, he punctured that. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, because I was gonna say, like, if you have PPF, you could probably just take it off and buff the puncture spots, and you'd be fine.
Yeah, I might end up doing that. Either way, I'm gonna end up leaving it until it's slightly warmer out. So I'm just gonna drive.
Yeah, it's not something to deal with now.
Slightly raggedy bitch car, but you know, it's fine. I mean, like, all of this is just to say that's how close I was. Is that one way or another, his paint is now on my car, right? Like, very, very close, very intense. And yeah, no, that sucked. And I have like
going to jail.
No, he didn't kill anybody. He won't go to jail. He'll just get a fucking reckless driving ticket. I'm not hoping he killed anybody, but I would have been happy to be involved in the accident if that meant that he could go to jail. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, my car to put someone in prison.
I would sacrifice my car and slightly myself to put someone in prison. Yeah.
How noble of you.
Yeah, you know, so I hope they get both him and his friends, because, man, fuck those people. Yes. And if you think that that's cool, fuck you. You know what I mean? Loser. Anyway, that was really something. It was not enjoyable.
Got to watch the downfall of your ops.
I did.
You got to watch it live and in person.
Yeah. The thing is, from my end, just purely on the damage side, it's kind of the worst case scenario for me because he's written off a car. He doesn't care if he just puts whatever happened to me through insurance. There's no world where he just pays for it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, realistically, even if he didn't write off the car, like, if it was going to go through insurance, it's going to go through insurance either way.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience, if somebody's going to pay for something like this out of pocket, it's happening either at or right after the scene.
Yeah.
Meaning you get out of your car and you have the persuasive conversation with them where you say, this is going to go through insurance, or we can take a quick trip to the bank over there.
Yeah.
And make a withdrawal. And then this doesn't have to go through insurance.
Yeah.
Let me know what you'd like to do.
Yeah. See, that's you're right, because at this point, even I think as soon as the damage is enough that guy's car is towed away, there's no let's just make a withdrawal. That's my thought. This car was,
as soon as the police have to show up, that's out the window.
That's completely out the window. And I told the officers, I'm like, I'm just concerned because I want to make sure my car is not damaged. But now that it is slightly, like very lightly damaged, I'm like, you know what? It's not worth the ding on my car's valuation is worse than me paying for it, unfortunately. So
yeah, like I could understand if like body parts were missing or something.
Yes.
But if it's just a little bit of light paint transfer and stuff that you could otherwise chalk up to, I just drive the car a lot and this is road rash.
Yeah. The only
may as well not go through insurance.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 8 like stone chips, like I guess I would call it like big chips that happened in that lovely incident, and then the one where it's like there's actual like they've indented the clear coat a little bit with his bullshit and the paint transfer. And then the wheels, I'm fairly confident now that he's like, "Oh, what did I went to my shop to get it checked out. Thankfully, underneath everything is looking good."
Yeah.
Slight, like I just they showed me. They're like, "You should come look at this," which is great. When you're like, "I wonder if my wheels are bent." And they're like, "You need to see this with your eyes." They're hella bent. So,
Oh, did they do the thing where like they rotate the wheel and you can see it shifting?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a gimmick or is that real?
No, that's real because I don't. You probably remember when I had the old wheels on my MR2.
Mm-hmm.
I replaced them in large part because they were bent and I could see them doing that same thing.
Yeah.
And I could never get them to balance out fully because of it.
Yeah.
And they don't like Rays didn't make replacement barrels for them anymore. So
Right.
it was either I spend a ton of money to convert them to 3-piece and hope that the faces are okay, or I just get new wheels. So I just got new wheels.
Right. That's yeah. I knew that one of my like when I went into this, like on the car, I knew that there was one wheel with a very slight bend in it. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but like that one balanced mostly. They showed me 2 wheels that were most definitely bent, like on top of the one that I knew was bent. So I'm like, this is done.
Wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm at this point, what I've arrived at, and we were just kind of talking about it before, I'm gonna step down to 18s so that I can put more sidewall on. Less likely this ever happens again. Not that it's impossible, but way less likely than the rubber bands I have on my car right now. So,
Yeah, no, 18s are nicer. I did the same thing on my girlfriend's STI. Once her like OEM tires were toast, she bought her wheels and moved down to 18s.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, you drive around Hamilton a lot too, so you understand.
Yeah. Might have been the thing that fucked the first wheel, but
Might have. It also might have just been that way from the previous owner. Like you never know.
It could have been.
Pretorias are just kind of soft wheels, as we found out.
Oh yeah. But the new dents are 1,000,000% either they're from this guy's debris that I hit, or whatever. So anyway, it is what it is. Sucks, but whatever. I can get something just to just in the meantime. I got to get something bronze. Bronze on white's cool.
There's options.
Yeah, it'll look fun. So whatever. Anyway, yeah, I got to witness the front row seat to the downfall of my ops. That was pretty neat. I wish that I would say I wouldn't wish that. No, I wish that on all of you.
Anybody that swims, I wish that on you.
Yeah, I wish that on you. If you think about it too, it's kind of the best case scenario. You know what I mean? Like for the downfall of the op in question. He didn't take anybody else out with him, right? He totaled his car, and no one else got touched. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's entirely his fault, and he was the only one involved, and that's the best. That is the best thing to happen to a swimmer, because then it's only them.
Yeah, no, 100%. Very enjoyable. Anyway, on that note,
yeah, I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, but I mean, I guess we've both had experiences this week. The blend door actuator on the Vibe died.
Yes.
I found that out because I went to go put gas in my car yesterday and pick up some tasty teen burgers for $4.99 from A&W.
Not sponsored.
And not sponsored at all, but love me a $4.99 teen burger. And as soon as I started my car, and mind you, it had never done this before. This was the first time. But as soon as I started my car, it immediately started clicking constantly from behind the dash.
Oh.
That kind of clicking sound when you snap plastic together, like a plastic container, or like when a solenoid actuates, just over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And at first I didn't know what the fuck it was. I thought maybe like the radio or some wiring was bugging out because it kind of sounded like electrical static, like if you plug and unplug like computer speakers while the speakers are still powered on.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried like turning the radio off and turning my CarPlay thing off, and I tried punching the dashboard a little bit. Just playing with the fans and everything, and I found out I figured out the diagnosis because if I turn on my recirc, like air recirculation, it stops. If I turn it off, it starts again. So basically the teeth on the side, because all the blend door actuator is it's basically like a little electronic actuator that has gears inside.
Yes.
And depending on what position you have the recirc on or off, it turns and it opens or closes a door to allow air in from the outside or to not allow air in from the outside. And the gear on mine must have stripped and lost teeth on the side where the door is open.
Right.
And blend door actuators, I'm going to call them dumb because I don't know how else to explain it. But basically, they don't have any logic to them. Like, they don't know when the door is fully open or closed. They never stop trying to open or close the door.
Right.
It's just once the door is open or closed, they're not strong enough to like overcome the power of whatever the door is pressing on.
Right.
So basically, over Vibe's almost 20 years old now, it broke. So now I have to replace that. It's a $30 part, thankfully. The first video I watched about it showed the entire dash being removed to replace it. But I'm going to try and get to it from underneath by taking the glove box out. I'm going to see if my hands are small enough to do that.
I'm very interested.
And I'm going to deal with it in like a month or two when it's warmer, because I don't want to deal with that now. I'm just going to drive around now with recirc on all the time.
Right.
In the next little bit.
It's going to be cold.
And oh no, you can have recirc on with the heat.
Oh, okay.
Works just fine. Recirc is more like, generally if your windows are fogging up, you turn recirc off. But if you want max heat or max air conditioning, you usually have recirc on. So it'll work for me, and we're starting to get into that weather now where actually for the first time last weekend I was able to drive with the windows down a little bit.
Wow.
It's coming. We're getting there.
I'm really ready for it to be here, you know?
We're getting there. It was when I was in Niagara, and I forget. I think it was the Sunday, because it was warm on the Sunday. And I was able to drive with the windows cracked just a little bit, and it's the first sign of spring.
Dude, it's coming. By this time in like 1 month, we're going to be like, wow, it's about to be April. It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it, you know?
This time in about 1 month, I will be figuring out when I want to take the cars out of the garage again.
Oh, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for warmth. There's something about like winter, like before the New Year, I enjoy it. Winter after New Year's, die.
Yeah, I respect that. I just hate it from beginning to end at this point.
Yeah.
I hate it from the point it gets cold to the point where it warms back up again.
And
I especially hate it when it snows. It's probably carryover from when I worked at the dealership, because I'm the one that had to shovel all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if there's anything my one trip to Arizona a few years ago taught me, it's that seasonal depression is real.
Yeah, no, it's very real.
When you walk outside in December and it's sunny and 22 degrees Celsius outside and you can wear shorts and a t-shirt, much happier than when it's gray, overcast, and -7.
Oh yeah,
much happier.
It's a very different experience. But
So
I'm ready for it. I really am.
yeah, no, me too. I've got all my stuff planned. I gotta, I guess, fix the vibe now. I fixed my rattling heat shields. I think I mentioned that before, but I just went and screwed them right into the body, and that'll last me another year or two until it's the next owner's problem, as I like to say.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see what happens after the vibe.
I'm honestly probably gonna do like a Mazda 3 hatch or something.
Like a fresh one or like
Not no no not a brand new one. Probably like a 2015, 2016
so
ish.
right around the time they did the facelift to the newest version, or just before that one?
Just before.
Okay.
I mean, if I can get like the newest facelift version for a
Yeah.
decent enough price, sure, I'll do that. But just something that's sort of, cheap and reliable, but a bit nicer. You can have heated seats and, built-in
Yes.
CarPlay and Android Auto and stuff like that. But, still cheap to maintain and all that. For a little while, I was looking at like, I don't know, like Mark 6 and 6.5 GTIs and old GLIs and stuff, like Jetta
Mm.
GLIs. But I don't know. I keep coming back to the Mazda 3.
I think you do.
I do like the Golf Sport Wagon. Like
That's a good one.
I do like the Golf Sport Wagon. I do like the Subaru Impreza hatch.
Mm.
Like the newer one, not the old
Yeah.
one where they had the WRX and the STI
Yes.
version. Like I do like those, but not as a daily for myself. But the newer one.
No.
But I don't know. I keep coming back to the Mazda 3.
I think the Mazda 3 is one of the better looking like economy hatches, or not hatches. I guess it's like closer to a wagon.
Yeah, no, it fits hatch. It's about. I think
Okay.
it's actually probably a bit smaller than the Vibe, but
Is it?
no,
Okay.
that's why I do. I think it's probably one of the better looking ones, and I think it's got like a really nice interior for what it is and the price.
Right. No, I agree. The new ones I think really do they really are one of the prettier looking new cars. When you have the aero
Yeah,
kit
no,
on them. Yeah.
I agree. I really like. I mean, we've talked about it before, but I like Mazda's design language right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're sort of punching above their weight class because they're trying to move up. So, and they started that with like the pre-facelift
Yeah.
cars. So, I think they're good used buys.
Really good, yeah. I think there's nothing wrong with buying them new too, honestly. I think you'll have
Oh no, nothing wrong with buying them new at all.
very reliable, like not a lot of faults that jump out or known reliability issues from my understanding, and like they look really good. They look really good.
Yeah.
I think if you get out of one of those, you look like a sensible person who you're like, I like style, I like comfort, I like a good price. If you get
Yeah,
out of
and
a
you know what?
Hyundai, not much.
Nice interior for what it is, and no tablet dash.
Yeah,
My favorite thing ever.
that's true. Yeah, I really
And
think
for their
they've done well.
infotainment controls, they have that like I don't know if you've ever been you've probably been in a newer Mazda, but they have that like dial
Yeah,
to control the infotainment instead of the touchscreen. I really like the dial. I think it's very intuitive.
I think
At
it's
least the
good.
way Mazda's done it.
I think it's good. I think I'm genuinely over touchscreens. I don't like them. I really don't.
Yep. Yeah, no, they have their space, but like even in the Supra, I find myself using the dial to navigate more than I use the touchscreen.
I wish that I
And
had
part of that
the
is
option.
also just because I don't like seeing fingerprints on the screen.
Yeah, same.
It really bothers me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have those options in my car, but whenever I can, I will use my buttons on my steering wheel or wherever, so then that way I don't have to
Yeah.
touch the screen. Yep. No, I agree.
Yeah, that's probably going to be my next sort of daily driver is
Mm.
Mazda 3, or maybe if I can find a decent enough one, the latest like last generation Honda Fit.
Oh, you like the 2018 Honda Fit like sports?
Yeah, like the one after the one that Tambop
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
the one that had.
Yeah.
So
No, I think they're good looking cars.
yeah, no, we'll see.
Reliable, fun.
Yeah,
Can get it in yellow. Pretty good.
manual is still a requirement for me. I just enjoy driving a manual, so obviously
Even
that
as a daily?
really limits my choices. Yeah, even as a daily.
All right. I mean, that's fair. I know that a lot of people who love driving manual will like make a concession on their daily vehicle because being stuck in traffic isn't fun, or when you're tired or cranky or whatever the fuck. But
Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, like I work from home most of the time, so when
yeah,
I'm going out, even in the daily, it's usually like a weekend or I'm going to or from I don't know, an event or whatever, or just going to hang out or something. So
yeah.
I enjoy it. Plus, I
Uh,
think it's really fun to rev the fucking nuts off of an engine that has no power.
yeah, yeah.
Like
That's fair.
I beat the piss out of the vibe.
To the next owner, that shit's been cooked.
Like, man, driving to I I go to Grimsby Costco as the one
Mhm.
that I shop at. And every time I go there, I go along like the mountain edge
Yeah.
on the fun roads, and I beat the shit out of the vibe on those. I drive it like I'm driving the Supra.
Hell yeah. No, that's good. Best maintained vibe. Buy this vibe. Best maintained.
It
No
is best
problems.
maintained, mint condition vibe.
Actually
Absolutely.
maintained. Yeah. I would trust it more than anybody else's vibe, Pontiac vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I
100%.
just bought everything that I need for like my spring maintenance on it, like all the filters and stuff.
Mm.
Also bought everything for the STI's maintenance, which is probably going to be in a few weeks. I'm just waiting on all the parts to come in from order them from Subi Supply Co., which is in
Mm.
Brantford.
And they're shipping them? You're not picking them up?
Yeah, no, they're shipping them. It's just all the belts and fluids. There was a few sensors that I ordered from like Subaru themselves that I picked up back on Monday.
Yeah.
And then yeah, once everything arrives, I'll schedule the service and off she goes.
What a nice boyfriend you are
I
doing all this
know.
stuff.
I know.
I know. So lucky to have you.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who else is
Uh
going to track this stuff autistically in a spreadsheet right down to the
not you or not me. I would never track anything. I just go by feel.
Yeah,
Mostly.
I have the maintenance spreadsheet and then I have the part number spreadsheet for all the important parts
Wow.
that I need to replace on certain mileage intervals, which
Wow.
is very autistic of me.
That's extremely
Just
nice
like
though.
how we talked about last year when I dropped my MR2 off for the timing belt service, how I had my big box of parts that I wrote all the
Yes,
part numbers on and what
I
they
do.
were.
Yep. Exactly the same.
Shop hate
Exactly
to
the
see
same.
me coming.
Yeah. They hate to see you coming.
I promise I
Uh
don't give them a hard time. I need to do it for my own sanity.
no, I think it's reasonable.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it's my version of like James May keeping like a brush in the car to clean the dust out of his vents.
no, it's fair. I mean, I keep a brush in my car to get the dust out of the vents too. So, I
Yeah,
get
see,
that.
I just don't let anybody eat in my car. You
That's not
get
gonna change the
water,
dust. Yeah, I
you
get
get
you.
water and plain ass Cheerios if you're hungry.
I just give up and I try to keep on vacuuming. But whatever. It's also like my car is if it was a weekend car, you're not allowed to eat in my car. But
Yeah, for me it's like if I'm out in the Supra or the Vibe and you're hungry, the options are we are either going to stop and eat
yeah,
outside of the car, or we are going to go home,
yeah.
get in the other car, and then go get food.
Oh my god. We've talked about this
Those are the
before,
options
but
we
yeah.
have.
I mean, fair enough. Hey man, at least he's honest and straightforward. You don't eat in the car. You don't eat in the
I
car.
mean, in the Vibe, you could shit in the Vibe. I don't care. The Vibe, I don't give a fuck. But everything else, no.
No, I get it. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, if I had a car like that, I would get it.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss the Vibe when it's gone because I don't think I will care quite as little about the next car as I do about this one.
Yes.
But it's nice to have this experience.
It is nice to
Like
have something that you can just beat on.
yeah, like I'm not going to be anal about like eating in the replacement of the Vibe or anything about that, but it's like I will just drive into blue boxes and shit with the Vibe because just who the fuck cares? Like I don't
Yeah.
who
I will just
fucking
drive
cares
like
if
a
it gets
crazy
scratched?
person
I
into
probably won't. I probably will. Well, it's like yeah, like sometimes if it's like just after snow and I'm in my neighborhood and there's like a blue box in the middle, I'll just like pull the e-brake around the corner and try and hit it
Oh
with the back of the car.
my god. See, it's respectable
Probably
though.
won't. Yeah, like probably won't do that with the next one. So I'm gonna miss that aspect of
I
vibe
would
ownership.
imagine. I would imagine you wouldn't do that with like a Fit. Like that one, you'd be like, maybe I took slightly better care of it.
Maybe you know what it is. It's a price thing. It's like I paid $3,500 for the Vibe. Like
Yeah.
it just it can't go down any further unless it's written off. So
Pretty much. Like you'll
I
always
may,
get that
I
amount of
may as
money out.
I may as well use it to the maximum.
Uh, it's a good car. It's a good car.
It
But
is. No, I really enjoy. Like I really do wish sometimes when I'm in that car, like if somebody does something stupid in traffic, I do genuinely wish I could just like lightly drive into them because I would.
yeah. No, it's fair. I wish I could have that experience, but what are you gonna do? All right. We wanted to talk about Toyota, right? T-
Yeah, yeah. I mean, quick thing about Toyota, I guess, but um, it looks like so for the last little while they've been rallying in the GR Yaris or the Yaris,
yeah.
which they homologated the GR Yaris for road use. Um, but there have been like spy photos of Toyota using their signature GR camo testing a new rally car that they're apparently is the replacement for the Yaris that they use in WRC. Um, in the testing photos, it does not look like a hatchback. It looks like
No.
a small two-door coupe.
Yeah, it does.
Um, and I don't know a ton about WRC, so I don't know if what I'm about to say is factually correct. And if anybody would like to correct me, by all means. But I'm pretty sure anything you use in WRC has to be homologated as a road car.
Mm.
And you have to make so many of them a year. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Which means if they are going to be using this two-door coupe as their car in WRC, we might be seeing the first iteration of whatever is going to be replacing the GR Yaris and potentially the GR Corolla. And I'm sure other people think this and potentially hope this, but I think it might be the GR Celica.
Mm. Based on what I'm seeing, I would tend to agree with you.
That's what I think. I don't know how Toyota would position it in their line, or sorry, GR, because they're their own brand now. I don't know how GR would position it in their lineup. I'd imagine
Mm.
if I were Toyota, I would probably have a base model Toyota Celica that slots in under the GR86, but above the Corolla as sort of just like a regular
Personal coupe.
two-door personal coupe. Yes. And then I would have the GR Celica that slots in above the GR86,
Yeah, but below the Supra.
but below the Supra, and that would be like the spiritual successor to the old GT4. So
Right.
all-wheel drive, turbocharged.
Be a
I don't know if
GR
they're going to
Corolla
keep the
replacement, right?
three-cylinder. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep the three-cylinder engine or move to the four-cylinder that they showed at I think it was Tokyo Auto Salon.
Right.
But that's probably what I'd do with it is have like the basic everyman's Celica and then the GR version would slot above the GR86.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I honestly don't know what they're gonna do with the GR Corolla. Um,
I have a feeling they're gonna phase it out.
I wish they would keep it because I feel like it's like, it's the current version or like the modern day spiritual successor to the STI, where it just sort of has that similar feel, kind of, or like as close as you can get to it, as opposed to like the WRX or the Golf R, which I have nothing against either of them. They're just different.
No, they are different. Yeah.
The GR Corolla feels the most like the STI, in my opinion.
No, that's fair.
So like I do hope they keep the GR Corolla because I feel like people appreciate that it has four doors and trunk space and all of that.
Yeah.
A two-door coupe is just going to be a lot less usable daily. I feel like this is going to be very much more a weekend car.
I think you're right. I think without. So firstly, I want to say WRC does seem to have some kind of homologation rules that you have to build a
Yeah.
certain number of cars. So that's a good sign. But the number is like 10 cars or something. So, but knowing Toyota, if they're going to develop all of this, it's entirely possible they'll actually throw it into production. I tend to agree with you. I don't want to see the GR Corolla go away, and I also think it's super important to have that lower spec Celica, because that's going to be the one that actually sells probably way more units, because they're going to pine for the like higher GR Celica, and there'll be many ricey boys out there who are convinced they have a GR Celica,
Yeah, I feel like the lower spec would be sort of the segue car into GR ownership, because like the GR Corolla shares nothing really with the normal Corolla. I feel like if you had the regular Celica that shared like suspension components and stuff with the GR,
yeah,
but not like the full engine and drivetrain, you could use it. It's like hint of GR.
yeah. So
It
with
gives you it's the gateway car.
yeah, you're like, oh, I
But
like the
they'd
way this
have to
goes around a
price it.
corner.
Yeah, like they'd have to price it properly though. Like they can't price it too close to the GR86, I
Yeah,
think.
because you cannibalize.
Yeah.
No, I
But
agree.
I'd like to see the GR86, GR Corolla, GR Celica, and GR Supra. I think would be a solid GR lineup.
No, I agree.
Um,
Be sick.
yeah, I don't think I don't I don't know, like they've been saying it for years and I never believe it. I don't know or think we're gonna get a GR MR2. I would love to, but I honestly don't know how at this point. Unless this car that they're homologating for the WRC becomes the GR MR2 and surprise, it's actually mid-engined.
Right. Yeah, I don't see that
Which
happening.
I'm here for that, but historically, I mean technically they did do an MR2 rally car, but it never really did anything. So I don't know. I think it's going to be GR Celica. We'll hope.
Yeah. I think based on the like what's been shown in the WRC like photos and stuff, that looks a lot more like a Celica than anything else.
It does. Like I am getting that sort of vibe from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's spy photos out that you can see of them testing it. I think there's some spy footage of it out as well that you can
Really?
hear it. It sounds exactly like the current GR Yaris rally car. So, for all intents and purposes, it sounds like they're using the same drivetrain.
Mm-hmm.
How they homologate it for road use, we'll see.
Yeah,
Fingers
we will
crossed
see.
for fingers crossed for a GR Celica.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. I will say, like, the only thing that I'm looking at is like in those spy photos, like those proportions on that car are insanely goofy. Like the roofline, it almost reminds me of like a VW Beetle. You
A
know what I
little
mean?
bit, yeah.
It's very bulbous, and I wonder if they put like a fake, like, could they do that? Like, do they hire a roof to accommodate for like helmets?
No, usually they would just put like a bubble in the roof or something to
Right.
accommodate the helmets as opposed to raising the whole roof line. Um, it's also kind of hard to tell right now because like there's only two angles of spy shot.
Right.
Like, let me see if I can find one of the videos.
I'm looking at the videos right now. I can send you the link here on
Yeah, I found
Twitter
one.
because it seems like
Oh yeah, you
even
can like barely see anything behind it because of all the dust it's kicking up.
yeah, it's very stubby silica. Too long to be a Urus for sure. I
So
mean,
yeah, it'll be. I mean, technically, it could be proportioned properly for a mid-engine car.
I suppose that that roof bubble is so strange. It almost looks like, when you have like the S2000 has those the like hard tops that have like almost like a back to them that goes over the trunk. Like if you look at
Yeah,
it, looks a little bit like that. Um, but like that's just seems so bulbous. Like I don't understand how it can be that stubby and weird looking.
yeah, I don't know.
Like
It's gonna be interesting. I'm trying to look at pictures of like the Rally Yaris to see if like the pillars line up in the window shape and if they're like maybe running a modified chassis, but it looks different.
yeah, I mean it's really giving like very clown car vibes to me.
Like it looks like it's something new entirely.
It does look like something new, but it doesn't look like anything good. Oh, here's a great side view. I don't know. Like I'm just
It's
speaking honestly on a proportion perspective, right? There's a couple of things, a couple of thoughts that I'm having here, right? The
it,
first one is that this whole chassis is lifted, right? So like looking
sorry?
at the whole chassis is like lifted,
Yeah, like it's on rally suspension, so it's raised.
right? But I think they've also added like stuff to the bottom. So like if you look at how like from this side angle, right? If you look at how like tall it is, if we chop off like where you see that front sort of black splitter and cut that off, like does that help or make it worse? Because look, I mean those tires are like, the rally tires and wheels.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
hard to
think
say.
it is hard to say one because like I can't get a clear picture of it from all angles, so it's hard to fully visualize the shape of it for me anyways.
Right.
Um because everything's either like a screenshot of it in motion and it's kind of blurry and there's dust and I feel like if that like bottom portion like guarding was removed and you dropped it down to like normal road use height,
Yeah.
it works more,
Yeah. It
but
definitely
it it is tough to say.
it
It
definitely
does
like
have like fastback look to it though.
it does. It definitely has a fastback look to it at minimum. Like I'm looking at this. This is the highest res version of this photo I can find. Uh and like what it's really fucking with me? It's how low the window, like the doors are. Like I feel like the doors need to go higher or something. Like if you
Yeah.
look how tall the window is,
Like
like
it kind of looks like they took like the front part of a Yaris and put a different back on it.
yeah.
Like like they started with a hatchback and tried to make it a coupe or a fastback, but like I don't know. I need or want to see more of it. I mean, the original Celicas, I guess, like the old GT4s and like even the base models, they were all like fastback style hatchbacks.
That is true. Great car.
So maybe, I mean, if they did make a two-door coupe like that with like a fastback style hatchback or like how the Civic is,
Yeah.
that makes it more usable as a daily
Yeah, that's true.
than a small trunk.
Definitely does. just seems like, yeah, this is like a super early concept. I mean, like, fuck. I mean, even that wing in that picture, it looks like someone folded over some cardboard. Like, it does not look finished. This is an idea.
Yeah, I mean, like they're just testing it right now,
Yeah,
right? So they're not going to go through the effort of making it pretty, but
of course not. No.
I'm interested to see what spawns from it
Yeah.
because something inevitably will, I think. Whether it's something that we want is yet to be determined, but
Right. Well, see, the other thing I'm looking at though in this picture is they had to modify the roof to include the roof air scoop, right? Which is functional.
yeah, but I mean, WRC in general has stuff like that. Like
Yeah. No, I understand. I
they'll
just
always
mean
have
like,
stuff like that to get airflow into the cabin.
yeah. I just mean like the roof could be a little lower. That's the only thing wrong with it proportionally in my mind is the roof is very high. So I don't know.
Yeah, I also think with just the height of the suspension because it's a rally car is skewing things a little bit. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll need to see more of it once they actually do a proper unveiling.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Very curious to see where this goes. I will say this shot where it's sort of like a front facing shot, not as bad. With like the roof height and stuff. Like definitely looks more like a car, you know, rather than like
Yeah.
some weird,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I don't know. Interested to see where that goes. Even to see like somebody do like some kind of render on the internet. Oh,
Oh, I'm sure
okay.
people have already done that.
Here's one. I think, you know, like the doors. If you change out the doors so they're actually that would make sense because it keeps the roof line, right? And then the windows just get smaller.
Yeah, see, I was looking at this one.
Oh, I did not see that. That's just like without the cladding and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's basically just a render of what that body style and shape looks like, which like once you remove the cladding and stuff and it looks like that,
Yeah.
you know, like yeah, you have to get rid of the wing and make the body street appropriate, but
Yeah.
I could see that being like once you make it once you get rid of like the obviously bolted on wide body and you maybe have some like nice molded arches like the
Mm-hmm.
GR Corolla does.
Yeah.
I could see that being like a streetable two-door coupe.
No, I could see it too. I'm interested. I hope that it does well.
Or like there's this render as well.
Yeah. I mean that's 4 doors, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
weird.
mean we'll see. I hope
We'll
we
see.
get something fun out of it.
Time will tell. Yeah, I'd be very interested. I mean, especially if it comes in as like a GR Corolla replacement, like why not? You know?
Yeah, either replacement or adjacent, I'd be happy with.
Yeah. I would be happy if it was like maybe ever so slightly cheaper, but to be honest, I think that's a little optimistic.
If it's gonna be on its own dedicated
Yeah, it's not gonna
platform
happen.
as a coupe, it's gonna slot in probably above the Corolla.
Yeah. Either way, happy to see that. Want to see more cool shit. Hope it's not a hybrid. Probably will be. But who knows? As we've looked at before, hybrid systems are fucking heavy. So
I don't at least for the next generation, I think they'll keep it internal combustion only, especially with the way things are going right now. Like I feel like a lot of companies are sort of moving away from EVs. Like not just American companies, but even like I think Porsche is ditching it for the next
yeah,
generation Cayman and Boxster and stuff.
good.
So maybe we'll get one more generation of fully ICE GR cars. We'll see. At least the base models with what they do with the Supra is yet to be determined.
Yeah,
If they do put the 400 horsepower four cylinder into the Supra and make that its only engine option, then
the
thank Christ
Supra's
I bought the
dead.
one that I did.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Supra should be a 6-cylinder car.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Well, I think 6 or more. Like if you want to put a V8 in it, put a V8 in it. Like
I always had the thought that the LC500 was the spiritual successor to the Supra, and
yeah,
I mean it's a GT car. Like it from the back, it really does have Supra looks, even from the front. If they had
yeah,
branded that a Toyota, people would have said this is a Supra. They just didn't brand it a Toyota. So
yeah. I love the Supra. I love the straight six. You know, if I had my pick, it would be straight six forever.
yeah,
But I would not be mad if they put like a fun high revving V8 or a V8 twin turbo or something into the Supra
no,
to
it'd be sick.
replace the straight six, because Toyota doesn't have their own straight six, but um they do have a V8 twin turbo architecture that they could base and build off of. They have a V6 twin turbo architecture they can build off of.
Yeah,
Um, and they have that 4-cylinder that they displayed at Tokyo Auto Salon, which, as much as I love it, it just doesn't feel like a super engine to me.
yeah.
You
I
can
mean,
put it in any other car in the GR lineup.
and it's
Wonderful.
mint.
Amazing. Super just needs something a little more than 4 cylinders.
Speaking as a Supra owner, of course.
Yes.
Yes,
Speaking from, I have experience.
yes. No, I tend to agree. I mean, I think I've been enjoying 4 cylinders, but I think if I was it's like anybody who bought like a 4 cylinder A90 Mark V Supra, it's just a bit strange.
Yeah, like I mean, you know, I love 4-cylinder turbos.
Of
The
course.
MR2 is a 4-cylinder turbo. I love them. I think they're great. They're fun. There's just certain cars that it's like once you put something more in a car, you can't go back.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's like once Mercedes put the V8 in the C63 AMG, you can't then go to a 4-cylinder. Like
Which they have done.
it's not allowed,
Yeah.
which they have done. And their sales have shown that they've done that.
Yes.
Similarly, when Porsche put a 4-cylinder in the Cayman, that was a problem for them,
Yeah.
which is why they created the GTS 4-liter and put the 6-cylinder back in the GT4 and the Spider and everything. It's just like once, if it had always had a 4-cylinder in it from the start, wouldn't have been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't go from more to less, even if the numbers say it's better. People
This
just perceive it as worse.
this is kind of like the VR6 thing with the Golf. I hear, I read stuff online. People are like, used to be 6 cylinders, now it's a 4 turbo. 6 was better. 6 is better, which
Yeah.
I
Now
agree.
you can make an argument for that, because like the VR6 has sounded nice. I always love the way a VR6 sounds. It is
Yes.
very unique.
Yes.
And from what I know, like they apparently take boost somewhat well,
Mm-hmm.
but like they weren't really anything super special or characterful. So I could understand replacing them with the EA 888.
Right.
I get that. Because as far as 4-cylinders go, like it doesn't get much better than an EA 888.
Right.
But
But
but it's like if the VR6 was like, I don't know, if the VR6 was like the same level of engine as the old S is it the S55? The engine that was in the E46 M3.
right. Yeah.
Like when they went from that to the V8 and then from the V8 to the straight six twin turbo or the turbo, people had problems with it
Right.
because they saw it as sort of a step back, because now it's not like, it's not a true motorsport engine, it's got turbos and doesn't rev very high.
Right.
It's that same sort of stuff. Like everyone will always perceive stuff like that as a negative, even if the numbers are better.
Yes.
And I mean, even in the first generation R's, after they went from the VR6 to the EA 888, like you said, people were like, what the fuck? This is technically a downgrade.
Yeah.
You know, now that being said, like the VR6 was basically at the end of what it was usable for. Like you would never be able to squeeze EA888 power out of the VR6
No.
in normally aspirated form.
No.
And Volkswagen was never going to go through turbocharging that and homologating it.
Of course not.
But that
But
is just how people see
spiritually,
stuff.
yeah, there is something wrong with it. Even if it's better, it's worse. It's
Yeah,
less.
like the 4-cylinder Caymans, they were faster in every way than the 6-cylinders that came before them. But nobody wants to pay that money to sound like a Subaru.
No. And that's fair. I think that that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, and same thing for like the C63s. Like nobody wants to pay money to sound like, you know, an entry level turbo car, like what the base model C class sounds like.
Mm.
When just one generation before, the option was, you know, twin turbo V8, and one generation before that was big fuck off 6.2 liter V8.
Yeah. No, it's just like you can't do it. You just can't do it. I mean, I feel like
Yeah, and
yeah.
you know, in like certain badges just have like they carry like a perception with them, like,
There's a prestige,
you know,
yeah.
the Supra, the Supra is just, it's a straight 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if Toyota put a V8 in it, people would definitely complain. They'd be like, no, like the Supra should be a straight 6.
Yeah.
But it would be more accepted than if they went to a 4-cylinder.
No, it's definitely true. I think what I was gonna say mostly is like even as good as like turbo 4-cylinders have gotten, like yeah, you're never gonna win that battle. And then additionally, right, the only time that I think that this is sort of worked because it's funny because there's no previous version. Like the GR Corolla is a 3-cylinder. It's a weird engine, right? Like it's a strange engine.
Yeah.
But and people, oh, it's the spiritual successor to the GT4 Celica, right? Because it even has GT4 stamped all over it, right? Like it's
GR4 stamped.
Sorry, GR4. Excuse me.
Same idea.
Same idea. So you kind of got away with it, right? Because it's like this new engine. It's weird. I think if you
I think the reason they got away with it is because the GT4, one, we never got it in North America. North America never got to experience the GT4. They did get the Celica All-Track, but that died after like the late 80s. They never got the one after that. And two, it was never Toyota's Halo car because the Supra existed at the same time.
Right. That's fair.
So nobody really remembers it as much.
Yeah. No one is feeling this idea or this concept more than the Germans right now. I think like BMW and Mercedes, they're just eating shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Germans sort of like they went through their Renaissance era through like probably the mid-teens to late teens. And I think like Toyota is sort of coming back into its Renaissance era from the mid-teens to now.
No, I think you're right. I hope Mercedes can figure it out because honestly, like I feel
like I think they're doing it, but I feel like even if they put their straight 6 turbo into like the C63, it would be much more well received than the 4-cylinder.
No, I agree. I think they need to ditch any hybridization for those cars specifically. And then just sell like what Toyota's doing with the Camry. They're just hybrids now. Like that's fine. The C300, so make it a hybrid.
Yeah.
Like but
yeah, like make your bread and butter cars your emissions compliance cars.
Yeah.
And, you know, let the fun ones stay fun. Get all your emissions credits with your everyday stuff so your fun ones can stay fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's my thought process, but anyway, I guess we'll see where that goes because they need to turn that ship around.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I read somewhere earlier this week that Audi's projecting like all record low sales this year as well.
Hell yeah. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see.
Especially, I also read that apparently the RS5 Avant is not coming to North America. We are just getting the
Ah,
sedan.
of course. But we are getting the Avant. Oh, sorry. We are getting the RS5 at least.
Yes, we are getting the RS5 just in four-door sedan form and not Avant form.
So so we're getting, we're not getting the pretty part, basically. We're not getting the
No,
attractive part. We're
no.
just getting the ugly interior.
We're just getting the weight.
That's so fucking cool how Audi does that for no fucking reason. They brought the RS6 Avant here. They did it. You could buy it right fucking now. But the RS5, which is, just fuck me, I guess, huh?
Nope, we just sedan only for you.
I don't, whatever. Fine. What I would, it's not like I was gonna buy it. I don't got RS5 Avant money.
No,
No.
let's wait and see what they do with the RS6. That one's going to be up for some stuff soon, right?
Yeah,
Let me see.
yeah. I think the RS6 Avant prices are gonna go up, for sure.
Well, no, I'm just wondering, like, when are we due for a new RS6? Because when did the current one? So the current one came out in 2019. So
Did it really?
we're due for a new generation RS6 in like probably 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
I'd say we're gonna start hearing it. We're gonna start hearing about it next year, and it's gonna come out as a 2028 model year. Will be the next generation RS6,
Right.
and I bet you it's gonna have that same shit ass interior that the RS5 has,
Yep.
and an extra 1,200 pounds of hybrid gear.
Yep. I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. It's gonna be super fucking unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Like, nothing to be done about it.
Nope.
Depressing.
I've been saying buy your fun cars now, people, because they are quickly going away, and once they are gone, the ones that remain are going to stay expensive.
Yep. They will not be going down in price. Well, it's a good spot to close. If you like what you hear, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and I don't know. We'll be back next week for more fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll be back to talk more shit.
Talk more shit.